Hey, what's going on, y'all? Big Sarge here. And look, so because I have the Texans happy hour, last time I said when I was here with Kelly Eco, he was crashing out because he lost in fantasy football.
Yeah. We got B Scott here. Okay. We got Sarge here. We got Systems
Who
here.
never loses in fantasy football, by the way.
Scott, Sarge, Systems.
Look, so come over a little closer, Kelly. But look, so now I came up with something new. I think that y'all are going to like it. So because I'm looking for a title for my Rocket stuff, I just said, hey, man, why don't I just say, throw your H's up, and we're going to make it a Houston happy hour. So now I can talk about, you know what I'm saying? Hookem. Nobody said nothing about Hookem. Arch Manning. What? Anyway.
You didn't see I threw an all Derek in there? All Derek in there, just to make it cute.
So on tonight, you all, the Kevin Durant's first game in a Houston Rockets jersey as they defeat the Utah Jazz to go 2-0 on the preseason. I'm here with Kelly Eco, the NBA Yahoo national writer, and I have B Scott, who's everywhere, but from Sports Radio 610 and
the B Block Podcast, wherever you get your podcast, do that there.
All right, so Kelly, first impressions of Kevin Durant in this offense.
I mean, if you've been watching Kevin Durant's career, you understand the simplicity he brings to the game of basketball, but the beauty of it as well. And from an efficiency standpoint, we're 8 for 10 from the field, 23 minutes of action, 20 points. Looked effortless. And obviously, he's still getting used to his teammates, still getting used to the spacing. Those guys still have to adjust to him, but I think that the recipe is there for greatness for this team in the half court, especially if they continue to play through Kevin, play through Alp, play through Amen Thompson, and see what that takes.
Man, it's so impressive how the dude can just get 20 in his sleep and feel like it's impressive how unimpressive his 20 was, because it was just like, it's almost like taking it for granted because we've been watching it for so many years. To see it in a Rockets uniform for the first time was pretty cool because that was a new experience. But it was Kevin Durant pretty much being Kevin Durant. You can't ask for more.
Yeah, and the one thing that I liked about watching Kevin Durant on tonight was the way that his ability and the way that he plays is rubbing off on the other players. Of course, like you said, he had an easy 20 points. I think at the half he had 8, then he had 12 in the third quarter. Then, he may set him down. But watching him and him being able to get to his spots and knowing where he wants to be on the court is the same thing that we're seeing from Jabari Smith.
Yeah.
And that is the one thing that you want to have from a player like Kevin Durant, not only his scoring efficiency, but for him to be able to help other players improve. I think that I really like the fact that moving forward, he's going to open up the floor for other players as well. And speaking of that, the pace that the Houston Rockets have played with over the last 2 games seems faster. These guys seem like they're getting out on the run. Everybody wants to get out and run. Everybody is not only getting out in transition, but once they're out in transition, they're looking for the ball and they're looking to score. B. Scott, when you see that, how much of that is a product of Amen Thompson at the point guard position?
Almost entirely. I think it's just a product of them empowering him. The point guard position is more specific now because of the Fred VanVleet injury, but I do think that we were going to see this anyway between the offseason moves and just the re-emphasizing of Amen Thompson in this offense. I think that's just what you were going to see naturally. It's something that we did see toward, after he took the starting role and kind of what we saw towards the end of the season, bits and pieces of that. Now, with his usage going up and him having the ball a lot more, you can expect him to pick up the pace quite a bit.
I think for the whole excitement of playing with Kevin Durant and the idea that this is a team that struggled in the half court last season, you want to get as many easy buckets as you can. And how do you do that with this team? Getting out to defensive stops, getting out and running. We have enough athletes, Amen, Tari, Jabari, that can get out and run, and guys that can create easy shots for themselves and for others.
I do want to say something about what you said, too, about how it's impacting the other players, too. Like, not just Jabari. You mentioned Jabari. One of my favorite, if not my favorite, number from the box score was 11 shots from Jabari Smith Jr. And aggressive. Watching him get in the paint, like his paint touches, watching him dunk now. Like, we can remember a time where Jabari dunks for somebody as tall as he is with few and far in between. They were rare. Now it doesn't seem like they're going to be so rare. It seemed like just from watching it, and they could probably tell you for themselves, but just from watching it seemed like Reed and Amen and Jabari were just all playing with a certain level of confidence, more confident than before. Maybe that comes with experience, but also maybe that comes with playing for Kevin Durant.
I think there was one more thing that Ime talked about in pregame about, look, this offense is unpredictable. Like, you can't pinpoint okay, this is a pick and roll heavy team, this is a screen heavy team. That allows them with Kevin Durant to be mystique in a way. Like you never know in a half court situation what you're gonna get. It could be a KD ISO, it could be an Alpha two-man pick and roll, it could be a Man Thompson back a couple of lob. This team has so many easy points where last season you kind of understood, okay, it's gonna be the Fred show for now, it's gonna be the Amen for now. Now you have that way of having that offensive high IQ tree, and this could be really fun to watch.
And I'm glad that you brought that point up because this offense is an unpredictable offense. And I think that Kevin Durant said in his post-game press conference about that, about, not being able to focus on just one player in this offense. And so by being so unpredictable, on tonight, Alfred Jenkins had 13 assists. He led the team in assists. And when you have, we talk about the playmakers in Kevin Durant, we talk about the playmakers in Amen Thompson, but for the way that Alfie is taking his game up to the next level, how big will that be for this team?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be huge. And speaking to that unpredictability that Ime Udoka and Kevin Durant and what Kelly is what he is alluding to right there, like think about how many times you can predict that Alfred Şengün could lead the team in assists and Amen Thompson could top of the lead or lead the team in rebounding. Right. Despite the fact that one is the point guard and the other one is the center, those numbers can be flipped because of that unpredictability and that versatility that you're talking about. And so that just makes them a much trickier team to defend 100% to me.
And I think for Alfie trying to build off that all-star season, understanding that the next level in his game is that being that half-court hub, allowing things to flow through him and let him put the tempo on the flow, get guys in the right spots. Now having that Kevin Durant that can help you with that progression as well, and make the game easier for them. I think a lot of times last season the game was too difficult for them in the half-court. It kind of got stagnant at times. People try to go too many ISO balls. Now you have a clear. This is Kevin Durant. This is Alfred Şengün. This is Amen Thompson. Let's play with those guys and see where everything goes.
Yeah, that clarification is huge. I think that's huge for the team and their identity and their flow.
One of the things and one of my biggest observations is because, of course, we came in to see what Kevin Durant was going to be able to do on tonight and how he was going to blend and gel with his team. One of my biggest observations coming out of this game was Reed Sheppard. And the reason why I say Reed Sheppard is because tonight I seen Reed Sheppard become more than just a spot-up shooter. The way that he was able to get down here, get to the basket, and last season some of the bigger players would have been able to affect his shot, but he looks like during the offseason he was able to work on his body control and be able to shield the guy off when he's use his offhand to be able to complete the basket. What did you all see from Reed Sheppard on tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like he physically belonged. That's a big part of it, right? Like, if we know that the skill set is there, the issue was physicality, being able to kind of match up, especially on a nightly basis with the rest of what you see. And you talked about him getting downhill. That was a great moment, I think, for Reed Sheppard and for Rockets fans that are hoping that Reed Sheppard can be and will be, obviously, an integral part of what they do, man. He looks like he physically belongs, and then the skills take over from there.
And then if you watch how Kevin kind of encouraged him throughout the night, going back to practice, you always see those guys talking and speaking. And Kevin talked about how it's common to see Reed speak up for the team and kind of go through observations. And as a young point guard, you want to have the confidence and trust in your team to depend on him at times. But this is a guy that the Rockets have a lot of investment in. They expect a lot of greatness from him to come. And to see him getting out a good run with the guys, the senior team, and being aggressive, being confident, this guy's going to be like,
throw your H's up. Look at you, Kelly.
My hands is...
I ain't gonna roll my sleeve up all the way. I got actual H's on here. On my body.
Hey, me too. I think so. But thank you for tuning in to the Houston Happy Hour. Throw your H's up. I have Kelly Eco from
Yahoo Sports.
Where can they find you?
Yahoo Sports.
That's it. They can't find you on social media.
Oh, I'm gonna do Sarge thing. You can find me on the TikTok. No, I'm on TikTok. But follow me on X, Kelly Eco, Instagram, Kelly Eco, Yahoo.com, wherever you get your podcast, wherever you get your news, everything.
Hey, when are we gonna get the ecosystem back?
It's coming real soon.
All right,
real soon.
I'm looking out for that.
B Scott right here too.
I'm gonna hold you to that. B Scott at Brandon K Scott on X, formerly known as Twitter, at B Scott from Hiram Clark on the IG and the B Block podcast, wherever it is that you get podcasts.
And you can follow me on the app formerly known as Twitter at Big Sarge Sports, the Z at the end. Follow me on the tick and the top at Big Sarge Media. Make sure you are subscribed to Big Sarge Media on YouTube. And follow me on Instagram at Big Sarge Sports with the Z at the end. Because you know we do everything for the gram. Big Sarge, B. Scott, Kelly Eco, we out.